Hello, everybody. All of a sudden, my mic didn't work. Welcome to Inspired Canvas. I'm excited today. Okay, so what I did is I painted a ship painting, and it took me about 6.5 hours. It was a long time. There goes our announcement. Notification just went out. I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. And yeah, 250 years of freedom. Yeah, that's amazing here in the US. So, you guys, over my time, I was really been wanting to paint two things specific. Now, I haven't done the waterfall, which is my big thing I want to paint, but I will. In this scenario, I wanted to paint a ship, a detailed ship. Like I wanted to see it in the throes of the ocean and all that. So, like I said, it took me 6.5 hours to be able to do that. But we'll see how I did. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I did finish it, and I think it's an interesting take. So yeah, it's a very long time to paint, Smudger. You're right. Hello, lovely. Looks like it's just me and you right now. And we'll wait for the rest of the family to jump in. Let me get live chat on real quick on my phone as well. For some reason, it's not popping up. Will it? There it goes. There it goes. We'll get it on all so I can see everybody. So remember, this is us being live, but I'm sharing with you my recording, okay? So I've got it over here. And I've condensed this down into about 30, 40 minutes. I think it's a lot of fun. Are you guys ready? Well, Smudger, are you ready? I want to welcome my live audience. Right now, it's just me and Smudger, which is so rare. We usually have a full live audience. But I want to also welcome my replay crew. Both of you guys are so amazing and supportive of the channel, and this channel is starting to grow. So I'm excited about that. I'm inspired by that. And I have another painting that I want to do with you live. You're ready? Sounds good, Smudger. I have another painting I want to do with you live, maybe tomorrow. Like this is one that I saw an image and I'm like, I could do something like that. And I really think it'll come out really cool. So today, let's go ahead, get started. We'll go ahead and I'll get the video going. So everything's in like 10 times as fast as it normally would be, but that's okay. You get the idea. And the main thing that I knew I wanted when I was painting this ship is I wanted it to look like it had been a really strong storm, but the storm had broken and the sun was like peeking through or glowing, and it would almost like illuminate the ship. So I started with a basic blue sky, blocked in the water. I'm like, okay, here's where our water will be. But if we're going to have a storm, we need a lot of really interesting, intriguing clouds in the sky. And with any time I paint a ship out at sea, which I've done, now this will be my third time, but this is a very intricate ship compared to, well, I did paint the Titanic. We did that together live. But in this, I'm like, I gotta darken this up, and yet I want golden sun coming out too. I want it to just make the ship be the main focus. So we're gonna work the sky for quite a bit here till we get like the depth that I'm looking for. With acrylics being translucent, meaning you can see through them, not opaque, not like milk where you can't see through it, and I feel like I'm going to unplug this because I'm hearing a whistle. That was my headphones. I can't hear the music, but that's okay. You can. And so I'm just building layers and layers of clouds. And then we're going to come back in with a little bit of color wash. Now, what color wash is I built my sky, but you can see that big white area in the middle of the canvas. With color wash, I take a translucent color, in this case, yellow, and a little bit of orange, and I'm going to paint that on top of the white and even overlay it into some of the clouds, and it changes the whole feel. Hey GT, you say I love your channels. Thank you for the inspiration. Well, thank you, lovely, for joining me. I greatly appreciate you. Now keep in mind, this took me 6.5 hours, so it's gonna be a lot to watch. It's definitely entertaining. I would never put you through 6.5 hours of watching me paint though. And I took several breaks in between, just paused the recording and came back. Now, one thing you can do if you have a long painting with acrylics drying so fast is you can get yourself a palette that has a lid, and you can mist the lid and cover your paints, and they'll last for a week. They'll last just like oils. Here we go with the yellow. So first, I'm just kind of getting the yellow feel of where I want it to be brighter, where I would like the sun to have broke through some. And so we start off with yellow, and you don't have to really care where you're putting the yellow. You're just wanting to get yellow. Now we're going with a little bit of a golden yellow, which is a little touch of orange and Indian yellow. And so we're just working the clouds. And the sky can take quite a bit of time, but it can also be such an intricate part in anything you do. You're already starting to see the layers, and we'll keep working this. We're also going to go back to our blues, and then we'll put another layer. Here we go with our blues, just in places to kind of mesh it all together, where you ever look at the sky and you're like, wait a minute, what cloud's in front of which cloud? Which cloud is the one that's closest? And it's hard to tell. And so that's when you come back and we went from blues into our yellows and oranges. And now I'm doing a very light blue. And then we're going to come back with a little bit bluer blue. So do what you feel. And just remember, you're not going to mess it up. It's a sky. You're never going to see the same sky twice. So you just be you, boo. Do you. And don't fret what others may think of the painting. Just build in, try things like I'm trying right here to see if a little bit of like a gray would help. And in places I can see where that works real good. But there's some places I'm like, well, maybe I still want that dark, so I'll grab my darker blue and fix those areas. But the whole idea is that you don't know where the light source is exactly. You just kind of know. You know that the clouds are breaking open, and in a sense, it's almost like it's giving birth to the ship, is what my goal was. So I hope you enjoy this. I enjoy it. We're getting into the blue there. We're getting close to where the sky is where I want it. Layers and layers of color. Now it's time. Now, if I'm going to do a ship, I have to draw a ship. And I'm not exactly 100% sure how this ship is going to look. But I waited till the painting dried. I took a breather, waited for it to dry. And I'm just like using a pencil and a little scrap of paper to draw what I feel could be a ship. Now, I don't know everything about a ship, so I did use many different references of ships and kind of like got the gist of what a ship would look like. So this is almost like a pirate ship. And every time I came down with a sail, it got bigger. And then there was, on almost every picture I saw, there was one more little sail that was still rolled up. one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that the angles need to be the same between the sails. You don't want one going down and the other one going up. You want them very close is the gist. Now, I may paint them a little bit different, but now I got to erase some of that. And I'm just kind of guessing that there'd be this sail here because I see it in so many pictures. I have no idea. I am not one that has ever been on a ship. I'm like, something about like this. Now, already there is something that I will need to correct, and that is that I did not make the ship long enough. So down the road, you'll see we'll end up correcting the ship. Now we just start filling in all the parts we drew. Remember, the sky is dry, so we're starting with almost like a fresh canvas. And I don't paint always in every line that I drew because it's a suggestion. If it looks weird, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Aw, it's so relaxing watching me paint. Thank you, Smudger. This wasn't easy. It wasn't. I was like, okay, we're just going to stick with it till we at least have something that resembles a ship. And proportionate is so important. And later you're going to find out I do lengthen the ship because I felt like the sails were disproportionate. And also I did learn something about the sails. So when you paint the sails, right now I'm just blocking them in with anything. But depending on your color theme in your painting, whatever theme you have, you're going to want to take that blue that you used in your sky and a little bit of like maybe sienna brown, just a little bit, and make up a nice gray. And that's what you will start with on the sail. And then you lighten it. But when you lighten it, if you want the sail to look curved and blown out, right, have some actual movement to it, you're not going to lighten the edges that much, just the center part of each sail. And that'll give you that 3D effect that the sail is blowing out. So we've almost got our sails blocked in. Something like that. We got this little front sail. I hope you're all doing well today. So here we go. Paint these little pieces here. Now the goal is to make this an interesting ship. And so I want to add just a little hint of different colors in the ship. And it probably isn't going to stay this red, right? But we'll go ahead and put it in. And maybe right through here, a little bit of red. So we've got the ship, but we also have a, what would you even call it? The part of the ship that they sleep in or eat in, the inside. I don't know what to call it, but that's up on top there. Now, it really doesn't matter what's going to be back in the end because we're not even really caring about what's on the ship. For cargo, we just wanted to appear as though it has items on the ship. Apart from falling down the stairs, you're okay. How's Mama? You fell down the stairs? My gracious, I'm glad you're okay. Galley, there it is. There's the word. Thank you, Smudja. Okay, so we have a little galley up there too. So now you can see I've started to work on the actual sail. And at first I think I'm just going to lighten it. But eventually I figure out I actually need to almost paint it gray and then lighten it. Here's where I start figuring it out. Now I do jump ahead on the sales after I figure it out so that we can get going. And I tried working this out. I was like, something with these, I had to figure it out. I was like, how do I make this sail come to life? And it took a little bit of time. But because it's paint, we can make all kinds of test runs on it and then just go back and correct it. So I'm just using this one down here, and I'm still not 100% that that's the way I want it. But I'm like, okay, something like that. Now this ship comes to life when I figure it out. So it was very interesting. Here's our front sail. We'll make that a little lighter simply because it's up front, and I think more light would hit it without other sails in front of it. So we'll go ahead and we'll get these going the right kind of color. This is just an off-white that I was using in the sky. You can see it matches the sky almost too good. Like the sails start disappearing. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. So we're going to block in the sails here. And it's good that we did our underpainting because then it looks a lot more solid when we use this color. But I'm all about lighting. Lighting plays such a huge role. Got two more little sails here. Are you guys staying cool wherever you are? Give me a shout out wherever you're at. Smudger, where you hollering from? Let me know if it's the US or UK or where in the world you are, if you want to. I just like knowing. Now we're going to lighten this up a little bit. Like I said, it's going to change. Now I've got a little bit of red underneath that band across the ship. You're across the pond. Is it cool by you today or is it hot? It is warm out by me. I mean warm. I'm staying indoors. I don't want to go out there. It's too warm. I normally walk the puppies in the morning, the dogs. And I was like, you guys, we'll go this evening. And the bugs are out for us. Like there's mosquitoes so bad. I am literally covered from mosquito bites over the 4th where we were outside most of the time. The UK. Thank you, Smudger, for sharing. I wonder where everybody is. It might just be a different time of day. We'll probably get a ton of replay. I hope so. Hope so. Maybe I'll change the thumbnail to show the picture of the ship. I just thought it'd be neat to have a surprise. I'm still working on these sails, trying to get them to, I don't know. I was like, okay, gotta do something different here. I want these sails to be beautiful. I want them to look real. I want them to look like cloth. Like, you know. And back here, I wasn't going to add too much to the light side because those are behind it. There's Miss Carla. Hey, Carla, ma'am. How you doing, beautiful? Good to see you. I figure our family will come in shortly. So we're lightening this again around the banding. Hey, we got Jeannie Hendrickson from Ontario, Canada. Carla, where you from? Let everybody know. We've got Jeannie from Ontario, Canada, with Smudger from the UK. So give a holler where you're from. Smudger says it's very hot today. 83 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very warm for you. We're in some very hot weather. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing that at the UK, and it's like you guys do not have air conditioning. I feel so bad for you guys when you get that hot heat and you don't have the relief. That's wild. I wish it wasn't so. I wish you definitely had some cooling air. All right, so I start doing this, and I'm like, no, I just can't get boom. Okay. So I finally figured out that it's gray, so I jumped ahead because it took me a while to get the hang of it. So you paint them gray, and then you come back with white, and you start getting that blow look, that there's curvature, the 3D feel. Nan's alive. Hello. Hello, lovely. You said yet another beautiful sky. Well, thank you, love. Appreciate that. And great to see you. I know, Carla, it is early for a normal live. It truly is. But I have 3 lives already scheduled over on our other channel, 1111 True Crime. And so I wanted to get this in before those. And you know, there's only so many hours in the day. Yeah, I'm feeling gray was the answer, and then go highlight. And darkening around the outside edge really gives it that like material look, like it's really got 3D feel to it. Ah, Tiger's Eye from Pennsylvania. Hello, lovely. Say so talented. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Where was Carla from? Where did Carla say? New Orleans. That's a lovely area. Were you living there when Katrina hit? That was horrifying. That was the hurricane that tore it all up and flooded New Orleans so bad. It was so scary. So yeah, gray is the ticket. And then after the gray dries, we'll come back in with some lighter and lighter colors. But the answer for a sail on a boat is gray. You start with gray. Hey, Nikki, okay, lovely. We're real early today. But when we have 3 lives over on 1111 True Crime, 3, 4, and 4:30, I figured I'd want a break in between. So I went ahead and scheduled this a little bit earlier than normal. I was wondering where everybody was, but I forgot I did. I did schedule a lot earlier. You were there, Carla, and you didn't evacuate either. Wow, you're a part of history. You're a survivor. I'm so grateful that you made it through that, hon. That's wild. I was praying so hard for all of you when when Katrina hit New Orleans. I was just beside myself with worry for all of you. I even ended up doing the little front sail over because I wanted it to have the same color tones as the other. Sounds good, Nikki. I look forward to it. It's on Nancy Guthrie, of course, but I found something. And I'm like, whoa, 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 a piece of the puzzle. So I will definitely be showing you that. It's all about, remember the tracks in the driveway? I found another set of tracks. I kid you not. But there's something you've got to know about them. Carla says, I worked for a hospital, so everybody stayed. Well, you are truly an earth angel because without you, thousands of people would have died, and without the others, so thousands of more people would have died. A lot of people did. It was horrible. Right, you guys, ship's starting to take a little bit of shape. We'll go back up to the sails probably. I'm trying to straighten this back line somewhat. Smudger says, make a cup and a chill for a minute, Nikki. Yeah, they'll be, we'll be done here in just about 20 minutes or so. And then our lives over there will start in about an hour from then. So it'll give you time to, as you guys say, eat your tea when you're over on, the first time I heard that, I had no idea that in the UK, eating tea is basically having a meal from my understanding. So I thought of it as tea like that you drink, right? Which it is, but you know what I mean. I thought it was just a cup of tea. And they were like, I didn't even have time to eat my tea. And I'm like, what? Why are you eating your tea? And then I learned. But then I learned a lot about other cultures, the way people say things, other countries. I learn a lot all the time. I learn every day. Okay. Now I'm looking at this. I'm just refining it, but the whole time I'm thinking, this does not look exactly right. So we got to lighten these up. Now that they've dried, you can see I can come back and just start putting white, and they take on the most amazing 3D look. Now I'm staying away from the edges because that would be shadowed because it would be blowing, right? Popping out. And I finally figured it out. I was like, finally, I got it. I got it. So start with gray and then work up to that lighter white. And it's not a true white. It's an off-white. Makes a huge difference when we finally get the right color. Eat tea. I know, Carla, cracks me up, tea. It really does. All right, we'll add the little crow's nest. And then the poles that come down. You lost your passport, Nikki? Are you leaving the country? Are you coming over here? Where are you going? I'm all curious. Are you going on vacay? And then, of course, we have poles that go across the top that the actual sails hook to, so we'll line those up. When we start filling in the details, it all comes together so neatly. I'm like, I like it. Yep, it starts coming to life just like that. There is so much patience in painting because you need to do things in basically an order. If I would have put this together differently for me, it would have gotten messy, and I wanted to keep it clean. I'm painting parts I don't even know what are. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it in several pictures of ships, so I'm like, all right. But if you were a ship fanatic, you might be like, that doesn't look right. But for this painting, we're going to leave it. No holiday yet. I don't know what this is, but it looked like a net. So I thought we'd add it to ours. There's our little double crow's nest. I'm hitting a few places to outline here and there the sides and the bottom, and make some creases at the very top or wrinkles in the cloth, just little places that really make it feel 3D. I'm using a line brush, which we will be doing a live soon that I break down what brushes use during different parts. So I did that because there'd be a little bit of a shadow from the crow's nest. Now I'm just putting in a few wrinkles. So I thought of a pillow and how like the pillow can't be like flat and straight. It puffs out, it gets wrinkles, the pillowcase does. And so I just did it this way. And if all that light is shining, those sails would show other things behind it. So I made just a hint of a shadow of the rest of that net. Nikki says, love the ship. We'll show my dad tomorrow. Awesome. If he loves ships and knows ships, he might say, there's this wrong, there's that wrong. Because, like I said, I'm just going off multiple references and I don't know what I'm actually painting for parts other than like I'm going to put some sails up here, you know. Trawl net to catch shrimp. Ah, that makes sense. Well, I seen it in some pictures, so I painted it, and I'm just painting shadows and wrinkles. I'm glad you're okay, Smudger. That's scary. I gotta tell you, I fell down the stairs one time naked. I was gonna go take a shower, and I had my undies, you know, my ladies' garments in my hand. And I was in a big hurry. I was home alone. House was locked up tight, and I was upstairs. And our bathroom, our shower, it was on the floor, on the bottom floor. So I went whipping myself around the staircase and onto the landing of the stairs and proceeded to, I was going to hurriedly run down the stairs. And my undies caught on the railing and yanked me off my feet. And I fell so hard and I felt like a tumbleweed. I rolled, I battered all the way down 15 stairs. It was so embarrassing, but nobody there. All right, you guys, we're going to extend the ship here. Remember when I said it didn't feel proportionate? Well, if you look at the sails, they shouldn't really be hanging off the back of the ship beyond the back. And I realized that looking at the reference pictures, but it's paint, so we can fix it. So we just added on whatever we wanted. And I'm going to make that sail a little bigger there. Nikki says, my dad was a captain of ship for years, generations of the family, and dad had 2 tugboats now. My brother manages them now. That's amazing. Well, let me know what he thinks of my little imaginary ship. If he thinks it was okay, or if he has some critiquing that could help me improve a lot better. I always want to improve. I'm always learning. You have no ID, Smudger. You need to get your passport renewed? Well, that's important, so I hope you get her done. Now, we want to keep this back area not as bright on the back sails because they've got another set of sails that are going to cast shadows. All right, we'll get some of these little parts and pieces done here. I'm just like a busy beaver on this painting. Just going to town. Nan's Life says, have you tried painting with Gochi? I'm attempting to learn it. It's like using a watercolor or an acrylic, depending on the thickness you use the medium. No, I've never even heard of that, Nan. Nan's Life and I go way, way, way back. We're talking 2006, 2017, 2018 in there. Does that sound right? I think that's it. Does that sound right, Nan? I don't know. We've been together a long time. We worked the Steve Avery case together and the Brendan Dassey case. So on the ship, you guys, the cargo, of course, isn't, we just need it to look like stuff. So I'm just putting random smudges here and there, maybe a little bit of red. I don't care. And a little bit of dark. It just needs to look like there's stuff back there. Like they're hauling a ton of stuff. Because you're going to forget about it anyway. Okay, 2017. Thank you, Nan. All right, so I think that's the stern. I might be wrong. But we need something in the front of the boat where it comes together. So we're putting this, whatever it's called. Nan says, well, Mama, I fell down the stairs, but I had a few drinks. Come home, my mate was staying. I laughed, but next day had an x-ray and chipped a bone in your foot and was on crutches for 2 months. Oh my golly. Wow. I was so embarrassed, but there was nobody there with me. I did get a concussion. I ended up going to work, and I know this story just goes on, right? So after I fell down the stairs naked on my way to the shower, I went ahead and went to work and then passed out, and they took me to the ER, and I had a concussion from falling down the stairs. So we're just putting things. It could be people. It could be, I don't know, whatever. It's just some shadowy things at the front of the ship. You haven't had a drink for years? Me either. I have no interest in drinking whatsoever for me. I know I had a true concussion. I did not know I had a concussion either. I knew my head hurt and I knew I was sick to my stomach, but I wasn't one to call into work. I just always, buckled up and went into work and had no idea. The name of this ship, what do you guys want to name it? You guys got to name it. I have no idea. It's make-believe ship for now. Carla wants to know what you guys want to name it. Throw out some suggestions. It is so easy to do to fall down the stairs. And it's so frightening and painful too. Yeah, our ship looks fully loaded. We'll lighten up a few places. And I feel like we nailed our sails finally. We're doing good, you guys. We're doing good. We're getting this ship on the page. That's what I call it, but really on the canvas. But I had so much fun with this. I can't wait to paint my next ship. Smudger says, oh, Mama, hope you didn't hurt yourself badly. Nikki, take more water with it. More water with it. What did I miss? Oh, the alcohol? I don't know. I don't drink either, Carla. I don't want to feel woozy. I go to the doctor if I feel woozy. You slipped down on your butt. Oh, that's good. That's good. Better than your feet getting yanked out from under you. So we're just doing a few little things that kind of look like detail on the side. Don't ask me what they are. They're in some of the reference pictures. So I threw them on there. And it kind of looks like it could even be people up there. So we got our ship done. Now we want to paint water. And we're almost done, believe it or not, with the whole ship. I'm just throwing sparklers all over. Katybug in the house. It's been a long time, Katybug. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, having to explain it to everyone is so embarrassing. I was honest. I was like, I fell down. Yeah, I'm happy to see it, Kitty Bug. It's been a while. Now, having that lighter color of the water is great because when I lay the dark color, I won't I won't go tight up to I won't cover all that like sea green. I'll leave some of that up by the water. It's the white water. And that way it'll look like highlights in the water. Just doing some minor touches here and there's. And the little places where light might hit. This was such, I know I said it, but this was so fun to paint. Here we go with the dark water. So as you see, I start off, I'm just adding that light color again, right along the edges of the splashes. But we're going to darken it up. And we're going to keep that from getting real close to the edge of the white splashes. Aw, Katie Bug says, hello everyone. I'm Mama D. Absolutely beautiful artwork, as always. Amazed me. Aw, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. And we're just about done. Adding that dark water really set this off, I think. And then we'll just put, like, you know, a few little traces of, like, veins in the water and this and that. I realized the ship would be in trouble if these were really the waves because they would hit the ship on the side of the ship. So I put a little edge there. Now in the trough of the water, we're just running with a little bit of that white. And then we're just re-hitting the splashes where light would hit. Not everywhere, just here and there. And that's about it. Put our name on it and boom. All right, you guys, let me come up to the top side. I forgot to grab the painting. Hold on just a jiff. Let me rewind it and I'll leave it on the picture and I'll grab the painting. I was supposed to grab it before I started. Oh, let me freeze it. All right, you look at the painting for just a minute. I'll go get the action painting. Now remember, you guys, it's a smaller painting. It looks so real. Thank you, Carla. All right, you guys. I love it. I truly do. I wasn't sure if I was even on the right track, but I'm so glad I worked on the sales and like I didn't even worry about the cargo and you don't know what's on the front of the ship because you're not that focused. But do you see where when we were painting the sky, I was like, I want the ship to feel like it was like birthed out of the storm? And it came out. It did. It did. Have my hair in a bun today where it's so hot. Yeah, it's hot here. That's the same reason I'm wearing a bun because it's super hot. Mama, it is really stunning. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. It was one of those things where I was like, I don't care if it takes me a year. I will take my time and I'm going to work on it to where I have a ship. And oh, it turned out just beautiful. To me, anyway. I'm proud of it. And love, love, love it. Thank you, Carla. I hope your dad likes it, Nikki. Let me know. I really do want to see that. Definitely brought out the deep sea with the darker color. Yes, you're right, Katie Bug. You're right. Well, I had so much fun with you. And thank you so incredibly much. Thank you for allowing me to share this with all of you. If you're on replay, leave me your comments down below. I love hearing from every one of you. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Smudger. Katybug says, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. I was very intimidated to paint a ship. I was like, okay, but I don't know what parts are on a ship. So I went and got like 3, 4, maybe even 5 different reference pictures. And like I'd take a little bit out of each. And if it was in all of them, I made sure it was on there. Some of them had like another pole with 3 more sails. Most of them did. And I was like, I'm not going to go into that detail. I just need this. So I'm looking forward to painting something like this again. Absolutely stunning. Thank you, Smudge. Thank you. All right, you guys. You're wonderful for joining me. Now we're going to do a beginner lesson tomorrow over here. A beginner's lesson. I'm going to tell you all you're going to need is a canvas. Your size is your choice. I'm going to use an 8x10. It's easy to record an 8x10. And you're going to need 3 colors. That's it. And when you're done, well, if you paint with me, when you're done, you're going to be like, it's a piece of magic. Because in a sense, the contrast and the composition of what I have in store for you, I don't think you can go wrong. I think you're going to love it. All right. Love you guys. Thank you, Smudger. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki UK, Nan's Live, Katybug, Nikki UK, Carla Burgeon, and everybody else that join us. Whether you're on replay or you just were watching in the live but you didn't feel like chatting, know that I appreciate you with the bottom of my heart. All right, you guys, let's get up here and get our closer. And I want to say, go over, if you are into true crime, and get ready for 3 lives in a row on Nancy Guthrie. You don't want to miss that one. All right, see you again soon. And just like that.
The dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows